What's going on, YouTube? I'm Walter Jones, and I'm jonesing for some comic hauls. That's right. Just thought I'd switch it up a little bit, do a comic haul, maybe a vinyl haul. Let me get real close to the camera there for your viewing pleasure. Move my pillow around so I have a comfortable lean back on my back. Howdy. How's it going? So, I'm a big comic fan. I've been a big comic fan since I was a little kid. And here's just some stuff that I've grabbed recently. This is, one's a variant issue, I believe, and one is the original issue, which is which, I'm not really sure. And this is Hellblazer, Dead in America, Sandman Universe. And these are my wife's comics. She's a big Sandman fan, as am I. It's good stuff. Haven't read them, need to read them. Here we are. Also picked up issue number 2. Sandman Hellblazer. Wasn't able to get because I tried to get at least one of the variant issues, and I wasn't able because I haven't been in the comic shop in a bit. Because these Hellblazers and these next couple ones that don't have bags are ones I actually got in the comic shop. Don't worry, I have bags here. Just haven't bagged and boarded them. This is issue number 3 with this crazy cover. I'm trying to see. I don't know who did the covers, but they look pretty great. So I was all jazzed to start this series of Dark X-Men. And I have the first 2, haven't shown them off. This is just what I bought and I'm showing off now. And depending on how many people actually check this out and are interested, I might do more of these. This is Dark X-Men number 3. This is the like cover A, I guess you would call it. Here is issue number 4, the same cover A. And issue number 5, which is a great cover art, and that is cover A as well. And that is it. They only made 5 issues for that, so I don't have that to buy anymore. I don't know what the deal is. I bought The Peacemaker Tries Hard, 5 issues. Unstoppable Doom Patrol, 7 issues. So my current comic buying is slowed to nothing. I still collect for my wife. I'm trying to find back issues for the Inferno series from the 80s, the Age of Apocalypse series from the 90s of the both X titles, sort of. Inferno kind of ran the gamut, which I didn't know, so. This is a comic that we actually already own in the same issue 36, so duplicate copy there, whoops. And this is why you need to have some kind of Excel sheet or something on your phone that tells you what you have in your collection, so you're not buying duplicate, triplicate, quadruplet issues. Up next is Sandman Universe, and this is Nightmare Country, The Glass House. And I got most of the variant issues except for this one, because again, I hadn't been to the comic shop in a while. So, but this is the last issue of this series. Just a great cover. And here's some stuff I picked up from either work or other comic stores. So this one, I'm glad. I've never owned this, so I'm super jazzed. This is the first series, the Bernie Wrightson Swamp Thing. Well, not Bernie Wrightson, but, you know, he did the artwork. This is issue 20, and it's just this great cover of Swamp Thing battling what looks to be another Swamp Thing, which, I don't know, I've never read it, so I don't know anything about it. This one, as well as issue number 21 from the first series of Swamp Thing. And this is just a great cover. The reds pop, and I have no idea who's flying on that thing. It's a star-spanning shocker. And this is, yeah, this was from back in the day. And this is really nice condition. You know, a little bit of wear around the staples and whatnot. This issue is issue 24. This is where the first series ended, was issue 24. I actually have this issue, but this is a better looking issue. So I have 2 of these. But this one just looks better. So what I'm really focusing on, I would love to get all the first series of Swamp Thing, but they do get a little pricey as you get lower and lower. And I have a decent amount. I probably have maybe a third, maybe 8 or 9 comics. So, and I started to repurchase Saga of the Swamp Thing. I'd sold off my collection to a friend, and I said, you know, it'd be fun to collect those again, like a lunatic, right? It's what I do most of the time. So this is Saga of the Swamp Thing, which is series 2, and this is issue number 15, right there. This is an issue I had never owned, and it is issue, well, hold on. I kind of wanted to do this in numerical order, so I apologize. Let's see what number, there we go. So this, here we go. This is issue number 40, and it says Swamp Thing, but this is still technically Saga the Swamp Thing. They switched it to Swamp Thing, I want to say, right around this issue. I don't know if it was this issue in particular, but this is when it became Swamp Thing as opposed to Saga the Swamp Thing. This is one I had never owned, and this is issue number 42. Another one I had never owned, and this is, well, so much for being in order. This is issue number 36. This is the issue right before issue 37, which, if you don't know, was the first appearance of John Constantine, which is a very sought-after and very expensive Swamp Thing issue. This is issue number 45 of Swamp Thing. I think I actually have a duplicate of this, so, you know, it is what it is. These things happen. And I have issue 55, which I've never owned, of Swamp Thing, which is pretty cool. I love it when I find issues I've never owned. And a chunk of these that I'm showing you from the Saga, I paid not too much. Here's issue 91. And I think I paid a little under $3. And one I don't think I've ever owned is issue 93. And that does it for all these Swamp Things in here, so... this I got a while back, just been sitting in a pile. I wanted to buy all of the issues and then just kind of, you know, blow through them, which I haven't even started. This is issue 7 of 7, a limited series, The Unstoppable Doom Patrol. And this is issue 7, as I've said. So I have all those. I got to read those. I got a lot of reading to do is what I'm saying. So as I mentioned earlier, I am collecting on the Inferno series. So I've been able to find some for really cheap, and others I paid a little bit more. Not too bad so far. This is issue 263 of Daredevil. And here's the thing. When Inferno came out, and for the longest time I thought it was Uncanny X-Men, X-Factor, and one other comic. Maybe New Mutants, I'm not really sure. I thought it was just those three. But it turns out like it ran a gamut of other things. Spider-Man, Daredevil, a few different issues of Spider-Man, Daredevil, Avengers. So yeah, here is one of the issues from Daredevil. And here's another one. And this is issue 265, which is this great cover. That's pretty wild. You know. This I got at work. Paid a pretty cheap price on this. And the reason I do love Clive Barker's Hellblazer. And this is issue, book. They called them books. This is book number 20. And the main reason I got this was kind of for my wife, for these two artists here. When I say artist, I mean writer and artist. And that's Neil Gaiman and Dave McKean. So got that. And back to the Inferno. I paid $6 for this. This is Power Pack number 42. There we go. Trying to get the glare off there. This one was probably... what I paid the most for is $20. I used to own this, and now I get to own it again. And this is issue 239 of Uncanny X-Men. And this is the start, the prelude of the Inferno series. And this is probably the most expensive one. Yeah, it's ignited. I also want to say it is the first cover appearance of Mr. Sinister. And that's why it dictates a $20 price point. And continuing on with... the Inferno series, this is issue 311, and I paid $15 for this. Of The Amazing Spider-Man, issue 312, it was $14 of The Amazing Spider-Man, and I have the other one, which is 311, which has Lizard. I don't even know the character's name, which is not great. And I paid up a little bit higher for that because I bought it at a different comic shop. So I'm also trying to collect the Age of Apocalypse series. I really enjoyed those, collecting them with my brother in the 90s. I think he has them all, and now I'm trying to get them all. And I don't want to buy the omnibus because I do like single issues. And this is The Amazing X-Men number 3. I want to say I paid $2 for that. Yes, I did. $2 on this one was The Astonishing X-Men number 3. And these were a 1 to 4 issue run. And the other Age of Apocalypse I got was the Astonishing X-Men #4 with Rogue there on the cover, along with other good and assorted planes. And this last one, saving the best for last, so to speak. I bought this when it first came out in 1988 or 89, whatever year it was. Paid $5 for this trade paperback. Sold it to a friend, and his nephew ruined it almost immediately, which is a bummer. But I was able to find it again. I bought it probably a few months ago, and I'm just so happy to have this in my collection. I paid $40 for this, and this is the first printing, Batman's The Killing Joke. This is such an iconic trade paperback, and just it's really, if you've never checked it out, you should. You know, they made a ton of different prints, and you can tell the various prints by the color of this text right here. This neon green is the first printing, and they have different colors. You can check on Google or whatever. So there you have it, folks. There is my huge stack of comics that I bought over the past few months. If you are a comic collector, what do you think of this? Comment down below if I should keep doing this kind of thing, because I do occasionally go and buy comics. And if you'd like to see them, just shout that out to me. Thanks for watching. You know the drill. Like the video if you're into comics. Subscribe to my channel if you like to see me do unboxings or hauls of various assorted good and plenty. Comment down below, please. I love dialogue. I love talking to everyone here. Thanks for sticking with me, and I'll see you again real soon. Later.